If you've ever stood in the camping aisle or scrolled through endless tents online, you'll know how tricky it is to pick the right one. I've tried a fair few over the years, as you guys know, from budget army surplus to fancy modern designs. Today I want to break down what's actually worked for me out in the wild. Whether you're wild camping in the hills, tucked away in the woods doing a bit of bushcraft, or braving the winter weather, this guide will help pick the right tent for your trips, and hopefully save you a few quid and cold nights along the way. Before we look at the tents, let's cover the basics. I always ask myself these questions before packing a shelter. Seasons, what time of year is it? Some tents handle light showers and mild winds, others stand up to driving rain and snow. Solo or sharing, more people means more space, but it also means a lot more weight. Distance, how far am I going to carry it? Ounces turn into pounds real quick on a long hike. Pitching, can I pitch it alone, in the dark, in the wind and rain? I've done that a few times, haven't I? A fancy tent? No good if it's a nightmare to set up when you're cold and tired. Comfort versus stealth. Sometimes I want a big porch and headroom, other times I want low profile and stay hidden and sheltered. Cost, I've used expensive kit and I've also used army surplus. Both can work, it just depends on how happy you are carrying it and looking after it. Right, bit of homework for you. Keep these in mind while I run through my collection. You'll see why I pick certain tents for certain trips. Let's start with the milder weather. These are my go-to tents for spring through to early autumn. One of my lightest setups, it's a newbie. It's the OEX Bobcat Ultralight Edition. It's ideal if I'm covering miles on foot and I need to keep my pack light. For those of you who frequent the channel often, you will have seen how small this tent packs down to. If you think of a size of loaf of bread, that's about right. It weighs just under 1.5 kilograms. It's a single hoop design, which means it's fast to pitch. But the headroom is tight if you're tall and the compartment inside is quite small. I'm 5'9". My feet just touch, but I have a comfy night's sleep in it. Anybody any taller than that will struggle. And remember, the footprint does not extend out into the porch area like the OG does. The pros, super light and cheap for its weight. And the cons, small living space, and I certainly wouldn't take it out in any strong gusts. Next up is the French Army F2. You've probably seen this pop up in my woodland overnighters. Unlike the old heavy canvas ones, this is a surplus nylon model, so it's lighter but still proper tough. It packs down nicely and it's easy to sling on your rucksack. One thing I love about the F2 is just how roomy it feels inside for a surplus tent. You've got plenty of space to spread out, stash your pack, and still have room to roll about without feeling boxed in. The A-frame pitch is dead simple, 2 poles, a few pegs and you're sorted. It's low profile so wind just rolls right over it. But if it chucks it down, just be wary, you do need to seam seal this tent, so you could possibly throw a tarp over the top just to be safe. So if you fancy something with that military surplus vibe, but you don't want to break your back lugging old canvas, well the F2 might just be for you. It's a cracking bit of kit, and for £29 you can't complain at that. The pros, roomy for one plus kit, surplus toughness, quick to pitch and budget friendly. The cons, well I can't see much wrong with this tent. It's an A-frame shelter, bomb proof. The only thing is that you need to seam seal it yourself, so basic waterproofing unfortunately. Well, what can I say about this one? The OEX Bobcat, the original one. This one has been with me for years now. You've seen me in woodland camps with it and also mountain overnighters. Slightly tougher fabric than the UL version, so it shrugs or scrapes and rough pitches better. The porch area is small, but you can get your backpack in there, your boots, and you can also cook in there, as you have seen many a times, because I do use this in rough weather. As long as you pitch it right and use decent pegs, this is an absolute belter of a tent. The pros, good balance of weight and toughness, low cost, proven in wind and rain. The cons, small porch and tight for tall campers. Next up is the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. If you've seen my ridge or exposed hill camps, you'll know this one is a solid bit of kit, but not too solid. I wouldn't really use it in force 9 gales or whatever, but it is still strong in wind. It's got 2 doors and it's got massive vestibules for your gear and cooking in if the rain is hammering down. It packs down to 2.3 kilograms, which is not ultralight, but it's proper protection for the weight. It's a great choice if you want a tough, affordable tent that can handle a bit of everything without breaking the bank. The pros, well, it's tough, it's got great weather resistance and it's roomy for two. The cons, it's heavier than a true ultralight tent and can get condensation in very damp, cold weather. It's also got like a little rain hat on the top that flaps about like mad and it does my head right in. This one's the Tiger's Den, a big Baker style tent I use for laid back bushcraft and also car camping trips. It's roomy inside and there's plenty of space to stretch out and stash your kit. It is actually a 4-manner. And you've got a porch tarp set up for cooking and extra shelter. It's about 4 kilograms, so you won't be backpacking anywhere far. And it's not made for wild storms, but for chill base camp vibes it's spot on. The pros, loads of space, porch area for cooking and classic bushcraft feel. The cons, heavy, bulky and not for strong winds at all. If you guys saw my Storm Dara video, you will know why this is my bad weather insurance. It's a proper tunnel tent with solid poles, big porch for cooking and gear. The inner stays dry while pitching, so you're not faffing around in the rain, and it handles wind beautifully if you peg it out right and also use those guidelines. It's worth carrying some extra pegs though. It's not ultralight, but in a rough forecast I would trust this tent more than any other one I own. The pros, excellent weather protection, good living space and MSR build quality. The cons, well, I am struggling. The only thing I can think of is not being able to sit in the porch area on a chair, and other than that I love the tent. Next up is the Opland Si2, and that's by Nordisk. This is one of our bigger tunnel tents in the lineup, and you've seen this one on some of my real grim adventures. It's really comfy and just think base camp vibes. It's got a massive vestibule for boots, rucksacks, and you can even cook in there and actually put a chair up and sit in there as well. It's very stable if you get the guidelines tight and pick a good pitch. The pros, it's got a huge living space and great for longer trips, and the cons, it's bulky, it's heavier and needs space to pitch it. Well, what can I say? It is the classic. It is the Vango Banshee. So many folks started with the Vango Banshee and it's a classic for a reason. It's got a simple tunnel design, it's easy to pitch alone in the wind and rain, a tough fabric for the price. It's a bit low inside so you can't sit up in it, but good enough to sleep and stash your gear. I recommend this one if anybody's starting out. It's never let me down in the UK hills. The pros, it's cheap, reliable, packed small and good beginner's tent. The cons, not loads of headroom, vestibule is small. The OEX Jackal 3, well, this is the one that Leon uses when he wants a little bit more room. Next time he's out in it, I'm going to bring Bella and he can sleep with her and see how big he thinks it is then. Not the lightest, it's around about 3 kilograms, so I'll definitely not take it up a massive hill. But for base camps and short walks in, it's spot on. The pros, it's a big interior space, it's a budget price and it's good for sharing. The cons, it's heavy and it needs a bigger pitch footprint. Up next, tarps and hammocks. You cannot beat a tarp for flexibility. Picture it as an A-frame shelter, a lean-to, a diamond, you name it. I use my DD tarps on woodland overnighters, and it's also great if the conditions allow it to have a fire underneath. Hammocks are my go-to for dense woodland and also if the ground is sodden. It keeps you dry and comfy if you use it with a proper underquilt. But it's not good if there's no trees about, so always plan ahead. The pros, it's light, it's flexible, and it's perfect for woodland stealth. The cons, you need trees, and it also takes a bit to pitch it well. So that rounds up your 3 seasons. Now onto the 4th season. And a couple of these tents will be used in the winter months, such as the original Bobcat by OEX and also the Tendyne 2 by MSR. And yes, the OEX Bobcat. It still works in the colder months, paired with a good 4-season sleeping bag and a mat. Pitch it low into the wind and it shrugs off the typical UK winter gales. I have never tested it on deep snow, so I don't know what it's like, and I certainly wouldn't take it up to the Arctic. But for great woodland camps and also on the moors and mountains, I would take the Bobcat over here in the UK, no problem at all in the winter months. The pros, it's lightweight, it's quick to pitch, and it's got good wind resistance for winter conditions. The cons, well, I haven't found any yet. I really have not found any yet, and you guys know I have put this to the test. The Dutch Army tent, what a classic. It's proper old school canvas. Heavy as a sack of spuds. It's brilliant for static camp in cold, dry conditions. It's not the best in heavy rain because it leaks hell of a lot. But for crisp winter nights, it holds the heating well and it gives you that classic bushcraft feel. The pros, it's tough, it's warm on cold, dry days and loads of old school character. The cons, it's not great in prolonged rain and heavy, bulky to carry. Now onto another canvas army tent, the Polish Lwów. It's got its own cult following, you know. You'll know this one from my hot tenting videos. It's big enough for a small wood stove, but it takes time to pitch though. That's the problem with it. The centre pole and holding the pegs up and getting it all straight does take time, but once it's pitched up, it is basically a bomb shelter. It's heavy canvas, it's perfect for deep winter woodland camping. The pros, it's stove ready, it's warm, it's a traditional style and loads of headroom. The cons, it's heavy, it's slower to pitch, it's bulky to carry. The one Tigress Rock Fortress. It's the modern Lwów, but a lot bigger though. It comes with the stove jack and it's better waterproofing than old surplus canvas. I love this for longer, colder camps. Great for canoe trips because it's really heavy and I wouldn't like to carry it far, but on a canoe, yes. It's big inside, there's loads of room to stand up and sort kit. And when you're sitting warm with the stove on and it's cold and rainy outside, you can't beat it, it's lovely. The pros, stove compatible, spacious, modern materials and good for heavy weather. The cons, heavy for solo backpacking and big footprint needed. I tend to use a couple of tarps. We're back with the MSR 1092, again a workhorse for all year round camping. It's got solid double walls to keep the warmth in, and it's well vented so you don't wake up with ice inside. Proper pegs and good guidelines are a must if you're pitching up in the snow or a storm. The pros, it's fully sealed, great in wind and rain, and it's a solid build. The cons, it's heavier than an ultralight tent. This is Whitehill's version of the backward bungalow, a tarp style baker's tent that feels more like a roomy tarp shelter with a bug net. It weighs about 1.4 kg and it packs down small and it pitches really easy without poles. You just need sticks or trekking poles. You get a generous interior and a porch area for cooking or gear. The pros, very lightweight, it's spacious interior, simple polar setup and built-in porch. The cons, well, it's a single wall design which means more condensation, needs trees or trekking poles, and it's basic waterproofing and it may struggle in heavy rain. Back with the Nordisk Opland Si2 and the Vango Banshee, both tunnel tents and both work great in winter. You just need to stay warm, which means a good sleeping system, a decent mat and maybe a small tarp area for cooking and tidying up with the Banshee at least anyway. They are both great in wind and wet conditions. The cons, well, just the Banshee really, it's just small inside. And do you feel a lot better after this nice warm food, Charlie, what?
I've not had it yet.
Well, I'm feeling a lot better.
I'm not.
So, well, that is it. That is my collection. And I hope I have helped you guys in some sort of way pick your next tent. Whether it be something for the summer, a lightweight, ultra lightweight tent, or something a little bit more on the heavier side, such as a canvas bombshell. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.